December 30th, 2:27 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. Oh, is it courtroom 2 again? Hello? Court is now back in session. Miss Von Karma, please continue from where you were left off. I'd like to continue with Acro's testimony, starting with his relationship to the victim. I'd also like to get proof from the defense. Proof of what kind of motive Acro would have to commit this crime. Understood. Now, Mr. Dingling. Yes, Your Honor? Please proceed with your testimony. Finally, we get to the motive. Wait. Nick, are you okay? Just do me a favor and don't ask questions you don't want answers to. Gulp. About the ringmaster. Alright then. When we were little, we were abandoned by our parents. That's when the ringmaster of the Berry Big Circus, Russell Berry, took us in. I became an acrobat at around 9 years old. I wanted to find a way to repay the ringmaster. That was my sole purpose in life. That was it? You're such a thoughtful young man. As you heard, the witness deeply respected the victim. I wondered how anyone could think that Acro would kill the man he held in such esteem. You're absolutely right. How could anyone think that, Mr. Wright? Which is why there's no real need for a cross-examination, is there? Actually, that's the question I'm trying to answer myself. Why would Acro kill the ringmaster? He wouldn't. We know that. Remember, he put the note in Regina's pocket, not the ringmaster's pocket. That's the key here, Phoenix. Come on. It might be my last chance to answer that question. No need to question him now. That's where I feel it's going, like, no. No. There's no need to cross-examine this witness. But what's that? Why was the ringmaster murdered? There's no need to delve into that bit of testimony when I know the answer already. Mr. Wright, I'd like to ask you a question. Go ahead, Your Honor. I would just like to know, can you provide an explanation as to why Acro would want the ringmaster dead? No. No, because he wouldn't. He wouldn't want him dead. He didn't mean to kill him. Ah. Nick? Yeah, I didn't even have to think about it. It was obvious from the start. Yeah, thank you. Your Honor, the reason that Acro killed the ringmaster is something that can't be proven. What? That's because Acro had no reason to kill the ringmaster at all. Ow! Your foolish attempts to fool us like foolish fools is so fool-heartedly foolish. Did you forget? You made an accusation against this witness. Did you not? I believe it was, this is the real killer of Russell Berry? Ringmaster? If you want to jump to the end of things, then yes, that sounds about right. The end of things? Acro. You didn't plan to kill the ringmaster at all, did you? The ringmaster wasn't your target that night. What did you just say? I'm saying that the target of this witness's murderous plot was not the ringmaster. Because it was never his intention to kill Russell Berry to begin with. What? Oh, then who did he plan to kill? I mean, well... Bailiff? I don't care who it is. Smack anyone who's so loud in the face twice, if you must. What? Mr. Wright, what in the world are you trying to do to my court? Ah, Mr. Phoenix Wright, what in the world are you trying to do to his court? Are you attempting to imply that Acro was trying to kill someone else? Yes. Yes, he was. The idol of Berry Big Circus and daughter to Russell Berry, the ringmaster.
Take that!
Regina Berry. This young girl is the ringmaster's daughter, correct? Acro, you were really aiming for her that night, weren't you?
Objection!
You don't need to answer that. It's a mean-spirited leading question.
Objection!
He could easily answer this question. If I'm wrong, all he has to say is, you're wrong. That's it. That's it, huh, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Enough, Mr. Wright. Allow me to... Oh! The only thing allowed to interrupt me is death itself. Huh? And that goes for you too, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Show me evidence. Now! I want to know why Acro would want to kill Regina Berry. Yes, me too. I demand to see some proof. Present evidence that proves Acro was out to kill this young girl. Now I've seen that. I was going to say, now I'm still trying to understand how the scar fits in this. It's like, oh, stained with his blood and a small quantity of pepper. Pepper. What do I need? The note, that's what I need. There we are.
Take that!
Acro, you remember this, don't you? It's a piece of paper that we found inside the ringmaster's tailcoat. Inside the victim's tailcoat? Acro wrote this note. It's ironically entitled, To the Murderer. Its purpose was to call someone to the plaza at 10 p.m. Oh, 10 p.m.? When was that? So you're saying that he called Russell Berry with that note? Yes, but there's just one little problem. Problem? Acro did indeed place this note into someone's pocket. However, that someone was not the ringmaster. You mean it wasn't for the... That's exactly what I mean. The person this note was intended for was none other than Regina Berry. Oh, Regina, the girl. Oh, da. Mr. Phoenix Wright. This little theory of yours. It's the truth, Your Honor. It isn't a theory. Simply put, Regina didn't think that her note was meant for her. Which is why, the morning of the crime, she placed it onto the cafeteria bulletin board. That's when her father, the ringmaster, saw the note. That's correct. The ringmaster ended up in the plaza instead of Regina. And he was killed because of that mistake instead of Regina. That's incredible. Remember the testimony that Acro gave us earlier today? Lifting the bust and looking out of the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. If I were to do that, I'd end up falling out of the window myself. Acro had no idea who it was that arrived in the plaza, because he couldn't look down out of his window to see who it actually was. I've got it! Acro thought it was Regina down in the plaza. And that's when he let the bust fly. Oh, the bust flies? Hey, Nick. Isn't Regina listening to all of this from the audience? She is. Unfortunately, it's only going to get harsher from here. Hope Regina can handle it. Acro wrote this note to Regina.
Objection!
Foolishly foolish fool, with foolish fool ideas of foolishness. You're so foolish you even made Me sound like a foolhardy fool. No idea what she said at the end of the first bit, because it was like it went away when I was doing it. Very well, Mr. Phoenix Wright. If you're so sure, then tell us about this line. I have conclusive evidence of what took place. Yes? What about that line? Well, if the note was meant for Regina Berry, it would mean that this note is declaring that Regina Berry is a murderer. You just don't get it, do you? What? What did you just say? The ringmaster knew what the note meant, which is why he went to the plaza. In place of his lovely daughter. Oh, well, she is quite lovely, yes. I mean, come on. Hold it right there, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What is this incident that is alluded to in the note? The incident 6 months ago. I know all about it. An incident occurred 6 months ago, and now I am more than ready to show this court what happened at that time. Moron. Wait, are you sure that it relates to the present case? It does indeed, Your Honor. Everything in this case has its starting in what happened 6 months ago. Oh, 6 months ago? I was in Hawaii. Really, Nick? I think so. Well then, if that's the case, hurry up and tell us about it. What is this conclusive evidence mentioned in the note? I know I'd certainly like to know what it is. I can't answer that question. The judge is going to think I'm bluffing. The conclusive evidence about the incident 6 months ago actually is... In my head, it's very much like, what's in the box? Like, who put that in the box? It has to be Acro. So, it has to be that, right?
Take that!
Achoo, 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 achoo. Achoo, achoo. What kind of spicy joke is this, Mr. Phoenix Wright? It isn't a joke at all. It's the decisive evidence you asked for. What do you mean? Recall that the victim was trying to take the wooden box away with him. He was doing so because this piece of decisive evidence is what was inside. Another unbelievable conclusion. Very well, Mr. Wright. So what exactly are you saying? Are you claiming Regina Berry killed someone with a small bottle of pepper? Taking the note into account, that's the only logical conclusion you can draw.
Objection!
Foolish fool who never tires of his own foolish ways. If you're so sure, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then answer this question. Who was Regina Berry's intended victim? Well, I would say victim? Like, unfortunate casualty. Victims doesn't feel like the right word at all, but I'm still gonna go with Sean here. Bat.
Take that!
Who is this? That is Acro's younger brother.
Objection!
What does this prove? His younger brother isn't dead. Technically, that's true. However, Bat has been in a coma for 6 months now. It's not a stretch to see how Acro could feel that his brother is dead. Regina, she did that to him? Do you spend your entire life dreaming up new ways to be a fool? Naturally, the prosecution has looked into Acro's brother, Sean Dingling. 6 months ago, he was bit by a lion and fell into his current comatose state. A lion? Miss Regina Berry is an animal tamer by trade. However, no tamed animal in that position is ever trained to attack another human. They wouldn't understand the command. Moreover, Miss Regina could never do something like that. It's just not in her. It's not in her at all. Too sweet. But, Then what happened to Acro's brother? He's not the victim of an attempted murder. He's the victim of an accident. I see. Now what do we do? No one seems to be going along with your theory. Do you think what happened to Bat was actually an accident? No, it was more than that. It's the pepper. Come on. The lion biting Bat was no accident at all. It's like, it was an accident in the sense of like no one intended it to happen, but it has a direct cause to something else. What? You're such an amateur, Mr. Phoenix Wright. There is no way that Regina would ever incite her lion to attack another human being. She may not have incited the lion to attack another human being, but Regina is responsible for making the lion bite Acro's brother, Bat. The pepper on the scarf.
Take that!
That's just a scarf. Acro. This scarf is something that Bat used to wear, correct? That's right. Now, who is the one that gave this scarf to Bat? Regina. Regina gave it to him. Regina? There is something more than just blood on this scarf, Your Honor. And what might that be? Pepper. Pepper? Pepper. Regina gave this scarf to Bat right before the accident, and she covered it with as much pepper as she could. Hey, what's with the silent treatment? Excuse me, Mr. Wright. You've done a good job of fingering a criminal. Whoa! But out of curiosity, what was her crime? Negligence. Miss Berry gave a pepper-covered scarf to Bat as a present. Where's the crime in that? Still seems like the judge doesn't get it. Mr. Phoenix Wright. Wasn't it said that the lion seemed to be smiling? Ah, she gets it now. Smiling? The lion was smiling? Right before Bat was bit by the lion. For a moment, the lion's mouth changed and it looked like he was smiling. Lions smile? I've never heard of them smiling, however. Lions sneeze? Leon wasn't trying to bite Bat at all. In reality, all he actually did was sneeze. Oh dear. He sneezed because of all the pepper on the scarf. What? You fool! Oh, pepper makes me sneeze, so, it's possible. You've got to be kidding me.
Objection!
What's the matter, Miss Von Karma? I object. For objection's sake. Mr. Phoenix Wright, this theory? You believe it? You really intend to say that this is how this joke of an accident actually happened? Of course I do. It's the truth. The lion sneezed due to the pepper, and that's when Bat lost consciousness. Acro nearly lost his brother due to this accident, or this joke, as you put it. Which is why he tried to get his revenge against Regina. You foolish idiot. It almost does seem like a terrible joke, doesn't it? Once again, I'm impressed by your imagination, Mr. Wright. I think that there's someone who treats this accident with the respect it deserves. You're telling me that what I said was true? Acro, you don't mean... You can't mean... Witness, are you confirming the defense's claim? Mr. Wright, unfortunately, your imagination is not enough to find me guilty of murder. What do you mean by that? The pepper, the scarf, the lion. I see where you're going, but it's a bit hard to swallow. Well, yeah, it's got pepper all over it. Not to mention the fact that there's an even bigger problem with your theory. What would that problem be? The same problem it's always been. Evidence. I dropped Max's bust on top of the ringmaster. Where is the evidence that proves that claim? You mean the conclusive evidence? Biggest problem is the murder weapon, or the lack thereof to be more precise. The murder weapon. The bust that the defense claims was used. If that were to be found in Akira's room, if it was covered with the victim's blood, that would be awfully conclusive in my eyes. Yes, it would be. The bust. Nick, you've got to do something. I have no idea. This is the last step. If I get this one right, the case is won. It's not going to be requested to search Akira's room. It's just I can't remember this ever being like a thing we do where we leave and go somewhere. Unless I'm mistaken on that, so I don't think that would be allowed, so... See how things work out first? It says first, so maybe we'll go there later? Might be worthwhile to search Akira's room, but... Why aren't you going to search his room? Looks like you finally figured things out, didn't you? It's very much like where? Where's the box now? Is it still inside the box? No, because Forensics got the box, didn't they? Found the seasoning bottle, so no. It's not back where it should be. I assume it's not just dangling from like the lamppost or anything like that. Money would have probably grabbed it if it was anywhere, really. Leon's dead. I don't know. I don't know. Now you know the true meaning of von Karma total justice. I guess. Figured with you. That's the least I should expect. You leave no stone unturned. It was Acro who pointed this out, but anyway. Von Karma never leaves anything to chance. I already searched Acro's room yesterday. That would have been what I said. That would have been what she said had I said, let's search Acro's room, so... What did you find? There's no reason to even say it. If we found what you think we found in that room, Acro would not be here as a witness. But to put a point on it, Max's bust was not in the room. The murder weapon is still unaccounted for. You see, Mr. Wright, the bust wasn't in my room. Furthermore, Detective Dick Gumshoe executed the search by complete surprise. And we took Acro directly to the prosecutor's office after that. End of story. He swallowed it. Just wait a second. Something's funny about all this. Looks like you lack the final nail to put in my coffin. But what about the scarf? What about the note? What about them, Mr. Wright? No offense, but the only evidence that is relevant here is that which pertains to the death of the ringmaster. You should know that by now. Do something, Nick. Don't let this case slip away. The bust. Where is it now? Where's the bust right now? The Phoenix Wright. You know where that bust is. I'm sure you do. There's not even a single clue. How am I supposed to know where the bust is? It seems this case is coming to a close. The defense's counter-arguments look to have fallen short. Thank you for your support. I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Wright. I think that brings to an end the cross-examination of this witness. Knew it. Who's hold it? Is it me again? No? Where is Max's bust? The defense needs time to prepare to present its case. Sorry. I'm a bit nervous and I just bit my tongue. We need time to do what? Wow! Why are you the most surprised person here? She's your aide, isn't she? Do you really have a case to present, Mr. Wright? What? Are you asking me? The rest is up to you, Nick. Good luck. Hey, wait. Can't be serious. Acrobats always have their lives on the line, don't they? That's how Acro lived his life up until now. Now it's time for us to walk across our own tightrope. If we don't, we're certain to lose. Very well. The defense may proceed. Doesn't have a clue, and I don't think he'll be finding one anytime soon. Walking the tightrope of logic, there's no room for a false step. Sink or swim. The only way through is forward. The murder weapon. Where is Max's bust? Now. It's in the wheelchair, isn't it? Like, why have that option otherwise? Why? Or maybe he did swallow it. I don't think he swallowed it. It's quite large. It's obvious. The bust is inside this very courtroom. It's obviously where? Allow me to pinpoint the location of the bust once and for all. The witness stand, because that's where he is. Acro, I'm sorry to ask this, but do you mind if I take the blanket off of your wheelchair? Gotcha. It is like gotcha. I'm sorry. Didn't quite hear you, Mr. Wright. Well, you are a big guy, and you have a pretty big wheelchair because of it. I just wanted to make sure you weren't hiding anything under that blanket. Because it seems to me, it'd be really easy to say, hide a bust under there. Once again, your penchant for humor hits me where it hurts, Mr. Wright. I think it's pretty amazing that you can laugh in your position. However, your lightheartedness doesn't change the fact that the bust is under there. We all know that you can't leave the lodging house by yourself in your condition. That proved inconvenient when Miss Von Karma happened to search your room yesterday. If she had found the murder weapon in your room, it would have been all over. Which is why you had to hide it. In the only place that you could hide it. Under your wheelchair. Which is why, Acro, I have to ask you again. Would you please remove the blanket from your lap? Well done, Mr. Wright. Masterfully played. You fool! How could you? You've got me. I've been bagged by a real pro. Actually, two of them. Two of them? Miss Franziska von Karma and Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? There's just one thing I'd like to know. How did you know to launch the surprise search on my room last night? There were two pieces of decisive evidence, the cloak and the bust. I burned the cloak in my room and threw the ashes away with the trash. Regina always took my trash out every morning, you know. But the bust... Obviously, I couldn't throw that away. When you executed your search, all I could do was try and hide the bust. And the only place that I could hide it quickly was under this wheelchair. Miss Von Karma, you had things all figured out, didn't you? And I was completely sucked in by your calculated strategy. And now to be caught in the middle of court, hiding the murder weapon. There's no way I can escape that. So you've got me. Well done, Mr. Wright. Well done, Miss Von Karma. All makes sense now. Can't believe that Von Karma thought that far ahead. It's amazing. She didn't. You definitely couldn't tell by looking at her. I know I sure couldn't. I can't believe it. Me? Make a mistake? Why did I order a surprise search of your room? Only I hadn't done that. It seems we've finally arrived at the truth. Acro? Yes, Your Honor. Did you kill the ringmaster of the Berry Big Circus, Mr. Russell Berry? Yes, Your Honor. I'm responsible for that crime. Acro. All my brother wanted was for Regina to like him. That's why he'd tease her. One day, my brother sprinkled some pepper on Regina. She started sneezing so hard you couldn't help yourself from laughing. That's why Regina thought it'd be funny to get him back in the same way. And that's why she covered the scarf with pepper. I know she didn't mean for anything bad to happen. I know this. She just wanted to make my brother sneeze a few times, too. But I just couldn't forgive her. No matter what. Am I truly guilty of? Guilty of never ever being able to understand her. Your brother became a star, Regina believes in that so purely. That she would laugh innocently when saying it. Too innocently. I just couldn't stand it. No matter how hard I tried. That's when you decided to do something about Regina. How dreadful. So, are you saying that you are a victim in all of this as well? No, that's not what I mean. Steam coming from his eyes that goes down. I'm nothing but a murderer. That's who I am. Maybe dry ice. At first, I thought I'd kill myself. Then I pondered giving myself up. But I couldn't just up and leave. I just couldn't, not yet. That's why I tried to pin this on Max. Max, I'm so sorry. I just couldn't up and leave yet. This has been such a strange case, yeah. It's almost a reflection of the circus itself. I'm an idiot. Can't believe it. You beat me again. But I believe this case is now beyond any point of possible discussion. Thus, I'd like to declare my verdict. Not guilty. Yes, well done, everyone, yes. That stupid clown. This court is adjourned. December 30th, 4:27 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 5. Fabulous! But to be honest, I can't really be too happy about this. Acro the Ringmaster, Regina and Bat. Not a single one of them was a bad person inside, huh? That's a good question. And one I don't know the answer to. Many congrats, but only at max 1 million of them. Thank you. What's with the vibe in this room? We're just thinking about Acro. No. If you worry about people too much, then you'll be like this forever and never be happy. Huh? And such. She's been like this for a while now. Wah, and such. It's all my fault. Sweetie, sweetie pie. Bat and actor, they're never coming back. Now everyone's gonna split up. Regina. Mr. Wright, tell me something. What do you want to know, Regina? Acra said something right at the end. I just couldn't up and leave yet. Does that mean that Acro... Is he gonna try and get his revenge on me? I don't think so. He's not gonna do that to you, Regina. Are you sure? You really sure I can believe that? Yep, Acro doesn't have any desire for revenge anymore. If that's true, then I want to see some evidence. Huh? I want to know you're not just making up that stuff about Acro not wanting revenge. Oh. I'm not entirely sure. Not be anything with Max. Money? I don't know. The only thing I can think of is his brother. Because of the fact he's not dead? But he knew that I don't know. Acro didn't want to get caught for a reason. He wanted to see his brother open his eyes again. Bat. That's right, Regina. He's still alive, you know. I never knew. And now that Acro's been caught. Uh-huh. I know. What? I'll do it. I'll stay next to Bat as long as it takes. Until he opens his eyes, and then until he can meet Acro again. That's so sweet of you, Regina. I'm sorry, Acro. I'm sorry, Bat. Well, hopefully this is enough to give her a little peace of mind. Hey, Max. What is it, Mo? We really put you through a lot, didn't we, buddy? I'm sorry about what happened. So whenever you'd like to leave us, I'll pay your fee and rip up the contract. I understand. What a fabulous thing to do for me. I might even leave tomorrow. What's going to happen to the circus now? That's the big question. Our ringmaster was really an amazing person, wasn't he? Even though he's not here anymore, everyone is sticking together. The staff, the performers. No one wants to leave the circus. That's why I have made a decision. What is it? I've decided that I will take over as the new ringmaster. I'll turn this circus into the best circus this world has ever seen. The best circus the world has ever seen? Don't laugh. It's quite the goal. Yay, I can't wait. And I guess that changes things. Huh? There's only one thing the best circus the world has ever seen needs. The world's best illusions. Which means the circus needs the best magician the world has ever seen. Max, let's work together to make our circus super fabulous. What do you say, big guy? I don't know what to say. All I can say is thank you. Regina, you're gonna help them out too, aren't you? I don't know. Maybe the circus would be better off without me. What are you talking about, Regina? Why do you think that I brought you to court today? We've got to work together to make the Berry Big Circus bigger than it's ever been. Mo's right, sweetie pie. It can't be the Berry Big Circus without Regina Berry. Max. Nick. Seems like everything is going to turn out alright here. I can't wait to go see the best circus the world has ever seen. We'll save you the most fabulous seats. It'll take us a while to get ready, but I'm going to order special whoopee cushion seats. Please don't. God. What's going on here? I see. What made the case? Yesterday's surprise raid. Already paid off just like you said it would, sir. You had it all figured out, didn't you? It was just a theory. If Hacker really was the killer, I thought this was the only way it could end. Especially if he was the defense attorney. You mean Mr. Wright? Of course. Well, Detective, my plane is about to leave. As for Mr. Acker's case, you need not worry. I plan to personally stop by the Chief Prosecutor's office as soon as I get back. Understood, sir. I'll be waiting for you, Mr. Edgeworth. Dun dun dun. Episode 3, Turnabout Big Top. The end. Alright, so what's the next one? Farewell, my turnabout. Oh my. But yeah, we are going to obviously be ending this part here. Seems to be some kind of cogs as well in this. A robotic arm from the looks of it. But yeah, I will say Turnabout Big Top, it's like it fell really sharply in the middle in terms of writing, because it's like they were presenting evidence and witness testimonies based on stuff we'd already disproven. It's like, I was speaking about how good the writing was before episode 3. Now I'm sort of like, oh, episode 3 was not that great, really. It's like there was a lot of evidence that was just, I've already disproved this. I've already shown that can't be the case. I don't know. But anyway, we're obviously ending this part here, and we'll see you in episode 4 in the next part with Farewell, my turnabout. See you then. Ta-ta for now.